Good morning. Good morning. Is everyone here? Is everyone hearing me? Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Goodness. Good morning to everyone. I am for some reason I don't know why I'm reversed. Oh, it's just been that kind of day, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't want no green screen. I know green screen. There we go. That's the way. I guess it's been a while since I used this computer for this because yeah, no green screen is necessary. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope well. Sorry, I'm about 15 minutes late, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I I had to take a shower, and then the requisite technical difficulties. But I got a giant cup of coffee this morning. I've got my Samsung Galaxy Buds Live, which I just wore out for my morning walk, and everything's going good. So I don't know what to talk about at this point. What am I supposed to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? Gabriel, good morning to you. Andrew, Carl, Alex, Mac My Life Up, Alan, good to see you. Mech 1164, Cheese Bella. I almost said cheese balls. Oh man, some cheese balls would be really good right now. Talk about headphones. What do you want to know about headphones? I can go at length about headphones. So yeah, I know StreamYard supports 1080p now, but they want more money. And I don't want to pay them more money. I was one of the first people to be using this platform. Where's my grandfathered in discount? So Spaceballs, man, I walked out on that movie when I was a kid. I know that's shocking to a lot of people, but I did. I walked out of Spaceballs. I thought it was too stupid. Which I realized was the point, but still, like, I was a big Star Wars fan, so it upset me. What a week. Geez, I think Viper's going to join us here in a few minutes since we didn't get to have the podcast this morning or this week because my internet was crazy. It was out. I don't know if you guys realize if you're not in this. I don't know if you guys realize if you're not in this like area of the Midwest, like Iowa, Illinois, how badly we got trashed on what was it? Tuesday, something like that. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah. We just absolutely got trashed. They said that the winds that came through were the same as a category. It was a Monday. Okay. Same as a category 2 hurricane, which I don't know what that is. How do you like those earbuds, Carl? They're pretty good, right? But yeah, it was crazy. Our power went out and then our power came on and our internet didn't come on for another like 36 hours. So I was just stuck, not not being able to do the internet. So yeah, it was quite the experience. I mean, I lived here in Iowa when there was a tornado in 2000, I want to say 2006. Yeah. 2006. And it was quite an experience then. I mean, cuz like whole buildings got torn down. It was I got a UPS on my equipment, but it's older, so it doesn't have much of a charge. And whenever I see that there's weather coming, I unplug everything. I don't trust anything. I don't trust anything. So between water and weather and everything else, like the Midwest is an incredibly inhospitable place to live. So, so I've been I've been trying to get myself put back together ever since then, and it's been a week. It's been a week. Yeah, $10 for those Panasonic buds is an incredible deal. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll pull them up here. You guys will be glad to know that I'm, at least for this moment, back on the Mac because I returned the Razer Blade Pro 17. The screen stopped working and I didn't feel like dealing with it. I tried to figure it out for like 3 hours, and I just gave up. Here are the earbuds. If you're looking for cheap earbuds, I mean, they won't even let you do the Amazon like associates thing. I can't even do any kind of, so I'm telling you this out of the goodness of my heart, not my desire to make money off of these. These things are really good. As Carl was saying earlier, if you need a pair of headphones, just cheapos, and of course these are not wireless, so you'd have to have a headphone jack. They come with no mic, and they come with a mic. The mic is like $15, I think. Yeah, no mic, $10. And you might not believe me, which is totally your prerogative, but the truth of the matter is these sound really, really good. I think I have these somewhere, the red ones. Or something like that. Or maybe these red ones. I don't know. Anyway, very good headphone. Very good headphone. The Razer thing was probably a driver issue. And the problem was it comes with NVIDIA Optimus built in and turned on. So what that means is whenever you're not doing something graphics intense, then you go ahead and switch back to the Intel graphics card. So I wanted to run some tests with just the discrete graphics card going. So I switched it, and then when I booted the computer up again, it was when I booted the computer up again, the screen didn't come on. So I had to plug it into this monitor, which, somebody was like, hey, after the fact, they were like, hey, you could have just like switched it back when you plugged it into the external monitor. But it was just one of those things. So I really like the machine, but yeah, I whenever I have problem with anything and it's still within the return window, that makes me really nervous. So especially for a $3,200 computer. You should make a video about trying to live with a 2008 MacBook. I have a 2006 Mac Pro that I could try and get running again, and I could do that. Charlotte, good morning to you. Good to see you. Ethnic, yes, I'm doing well. I haven't been able to sleep. I woke up at like 4:30 again this morning, and laid there until like 6, and then got up and started doing things, which means I get a lot of stuff done. I went out and took a walk. All those kinds of nice things. Tech Rant, good to see you. Which laptop is next? I know Skilty was just talking up the XPS 15. The only thing that worries me about the XPS 15 is that it comes with like the 1660 graphics card, as far if I remember from my research, and I want the more like super desktop grade, like I just want like the more gamer type graphics card. I realize the 1660 is fine, but that's the only thing that kept me from going with the XPS. And I don't know what else is. I don't know what else is next, because like I said in my early review of the Razer, I don't want to go backwards in terms of build quality. The MacBooks are made incredibly well. They're made out of metal. They're good. So I don't want to necessarily go and buy a plastic computer. Again, we're talking plastic. So I don't know. I don't know. $3,200 is a lot of money. I still have this MacBook. My desktop's been working great until this morning when I tried to get like the camera and everything working, and it didn't want to work. So I rebooted it and it just like stuck on the load screen. Yes, I thought about getting the external graphics card. I have a 2080 in my desktop, so I could definitely get like a Razer Core X or something like that, and run that through the Thunderbolt. But I've always heard like somewhat mixed things about using the external graphics card. I guess Thunderbolt only has like 4 PCIe lanes, and you need like 16 is best. I don't know. It's it's crazy. Draftsman, good morning to you. The Ryzen, they're just now starting to come out with those Ryzen laptops, or at least they're starting to become more prevalent, and they're really tempting. They're really tempting. Yeah, the Alienwares. I had an Alienware 17R3. I think I still have a review of it on the channel a few years back, and it was a beast. And I know that they've like done a lot in cutting down the bulk, but it was an incredible just beast, and I really liked it. But yeah, it was really hot, and I couldn't take it anywhere. So I don't have the Razer. I sent the Razer back yesterday. I very begrudgingly sent it back because I didn't want to fight with it. MSI Titan, that sounds expensive. I saw that MSI has like a creator laptop, but it's like $4,500. Which to me, if I'm going to spend $4,500, I might as well buy a MacBook Pro. Yeah, Alienware. I mean, Dell makes some good computers. The XPS line is pretty good, although I've heard like varying things about their quality control as well. I just think quality control on Windows laptops is not at the same level as like what you would expect from a Mac, because, and I'm not slagging on Windows or anything like that, but the problem is you have a bunch of different manufacturers making a bunch of different computers with a bunch of different configurations with a bunch of different parts, and they all have to work together, and then the software has to be able to work seamlessly with that. So the problem is I just think that the overall quality control from one to the next is more difficult than with, Apple makes Macs. They use all the same parts, they use the same software. So I haven't tried the external GPU. Yeah, the Dell Inspirons are really cheap, and I have like fiddled around with Hackintosh in the past, and almost got to the place where I had one up and running and I felt like I would trust it. But now that Apple is moving away from Intel hardware, and Intel hardware is going to be phased out within the next 2 years from Apple's product line, I don't know if I want to make the investment into going Hackintosh when I won't be able to do that next time I need to upgrade, basically. Yeah, Andrew's right. I mean, I think that's the problem. Apple makes one product, per platform, right? They make MacBooks, they make whatever, and so it's easier for them to have, you know, control over the quality of what's going on, and whereas Windows and Android both, they have to deal with so many different kinds of hardware, software combinations. So look who we got here.
Oh, I know that guy.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. That's not good.
Can't hear you. What happened?
Not me. Why can't you hear me?
Man is on. Well, you're on fire.
I'm not muted.
Let's see. Check your CanLink microphone or your StreamYard microphone setting just to make sure.
Testing.
I can't hear him then. If you can hear him, I don't know why I can't. Oh wait, I know. Talk again.
It's on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was a little fader that had to move.
Gotta love them faders, man. Gotta love them.
Well, like once again, I tore apart my whole setup, and and I have to put it all back together. I'm trying to make it simple, but I keep making it more difficult.
One of these days, you're going to listen to me about the computers and stuff. I tried to tell you when you brought that razor blade that you'd be back. Tried to tell you.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, right now I'm back on my MacBook because my desktop PC, which is what I was using after my razor blade started to poop out. So I've been using it for the past couple of days. The reason I was late was I went to reboot that desktop and it wouldn't reboot. And it would just like get to the splash screen with the Asus logo before the BIOS, the stuff, and it wouldn't load from there. So I tried resetting it several times, didn't work. I don't know. It was working like a beast yesterday. So who knows? Who really knows?
Okay. I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I saw that you just acquired the Galaxy Buds Live.
They're right here.
All right. So I have questions about those in relation to the AirPods. Now, you've owned the AirPods and you own the AirPods Pro. Right. So the first question I have is, which one fits you better, the AirPods, the original ones, or the AirPods Pro?
AirPods Pro fit better. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. So I guess my next question is, how do the Buds Live fit you in relation to the AirPods Pro?
The fit is okay. It's somewhere in between AirPods and AirPods Pro, because the Buds Live aren't designed to like be isolating. You know, they're not designed to have you know, complete silicone like isolation in there.
Mm-hmm.
They are more comfortable than the AirPods. Say that. And they sound better than the AirPods, for sure. I haven't tested them, but I know that they do. I just got back from a walk like an hour ago, and I was using them the whole time, and they sound better than the AirPods. That much is for sure. I'm gonna test them against the AirPods Pro. I got my AirPods Pro charging up right now, so I'm gonna test them against those, and then I'm gonna do a comparison, you know, of versus.
Okay, my other question is, I don't know if you had a chance to test out the active noise cancellation on the Buds Live, but a lot of people are saying it doesn't really do much. What are your thoughts on that?
I think maybe it doesn't do what they expect it to, but it does do something.
Okay.
I definitely felt, because I tested it in a somewhat quiet room, so I could hear whatever ambient noise around me, like, definitely change, and it got quieter. The thing is, like, I think they made a mistake calling it active noise cancellation, because it's going to confuse a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be like, hey, wait a minute, this isn't like, you know, the headphones that you're wearing right now or something like that. But the thing is, like, it does have an active noise cancellation function. It just doesn't completely isolate you from your surroundings. So it sounds better. I found that the music, to my ears, at least, you know, the couple of times that I went back and forth, to my ears, stuff sounded better than without the noise cancellation. So
Okay.
So I think it's a good feature. I think you can't use that feature unless you have the Gear app or whatever, which I think you can get on every Android phone. Am I right?
Yes.
But you can't get on a Mac or on Apple products.
No, I think it's on Apple too, I believe. Let me check here real quick. But I think the Galaxy Wear app is on iPhone as well.
Well, if that's the case, then that might change my. I guess I just assumed. I didn't even check.
Yeah, the Galaxy Wear app is on iPhone, but obviously you don't get all the features if you were using it with a Samsung. But yes, it is on iPhone.
Well, see, here's the thing: like all the features for this are activated through the app. So I guess I should try it out and see if on an iPhone or something, through the Galaxy Wear app, if you could still activate all those features, because that's the big problem. Is I don't like, AirPods are something totally different. It's like they're seamlessly integrated with the hardware. They, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to other manufacturers and earbuds, I don't want to be promoting a set of earbuds that's more difficult to use on another company's device if it's just Bluetooth, right?
Right.
So, but I found that these pair up nicely. Like I paired them to my V60 this morning. I paired them to my iPad last night. I've found that they really do a nice job of pairing quickly and staying connected and all that kind of stuff. And there's not really any sound difference between one of the two. So it's really funny. It's really funny. I made a video earlier this week where I said nice things about the Galaxy Buds Live. And the Samsung Knights who came to the video complained that I was saying nice things. They were like, he can't even say nice things. It sounds like he's just, I'm like, what tone of voice am I supposed to use? Like, how am I supposed to talk in order to please you? Like,
you know how to go, Jason.
Oh, I know.
If you don't have the exact tone that the Samsung Knights are looking for, they're coming at you, man. They're coming at your neck.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to please them, obviously. But you read those comments and you're just like, dude, like, what do you want me to do? I'm saying nice things. So I'm going to do the comparison, but I have a feeling that my comparison is going to be, my conclusion is going to be that these are better than the AirPods, not quite as good as the AirPods Pro, but the fact that they're $100 cheaper than the AirPods Pro is enough to say, if you were going to get the AirPods over this and you weren't like Apple exclusive, then you would get better sound quality. With these, and they're more comfortable. Like the little kidney bean thing, they really feel comfortable, and you can like shake your head around and everything else, and they'll stay in. But it's not like it's not like they're stuck,
right? And I think it's like a double-edged sword, because, like you said, they fit nicely and they fit comfortably, but they don't give you that sound isolating feel like you get with the AirPods Pro or any other regular earbuds. So it's like a double-edged sword. With me, when I wear AirPods Pro, if I shake my head around something, they're going to come loose. They might not fall out, but they're going to move around and kind of annoy me. Even though they don't fall out, I'm still annoyed at the fact how easily the AirPods Pro move around in my ears. So it sounds like that's not really an issue with the Galaxy Buds, and I didn't have that issue with the original AirPods Pro. So
one thing I'll say about the sound quality on these is that because they're sort of instead of like adhering to your ear canal and like getting it sealed there, it's getting it sealed from the back part where it goes into your ear.
Right.
And the problem with that is I've found that the seal that you get is not consistent. So like if you walk for a while and then you kind of like readjust them, you can get better bass response and stuff like that because they've come unsealed a little bit. So I don't think that's anything that's going to bother the vast majority of people.
No,
so I'm in a review, I'd say it does happen, and if that's something that would bother you, then you probably you probably want to look elsewhere. But I don't know. I mean, I hated the Galaxy Buds. I really did. I like the original ones. When I first got them, I was at the Samsung event and they gave them away as like one of the free trinkets. And I was like, oh, these really sound good. And then I tested them once I got home against other stuff, and I was just like, oh, they don't sound very good.
Yeah, I have the Galaxy Buds Plus, and I thought they sound just as good as the AirPods Pro. But my conclusion is that if you have an iPhone, you should probably go get the AirPods Pro. If you have an Android or a Samsung, you should probably get the Galaxy Buds Plus.
Yeah.
The Galaxy Buds Plus, like I thought they sound good, and obviously we know they have that awesome battery life. They have 11 hours of battery life without the case, so they have that going for them. I know the Galaxy Buds have a little bit less battery life because they do incorporate active noise cancellation, so kind of cuts their battery life in half compared to the Buds Plus. But I mean,
yeah,
more features, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the trade-off that you're making with AirPods Pro is that you're getting a better overall experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so they sound better, they seal better, they have additional features, et cetera, et cetera. And if that's what you're looking for more of a premium style, headphone experience. But if you want an everyday pair of earbuds and you have $150 to spend, prior to listening to these, I mean, there are a lot of other headphones out there, but I'm talking about like the major manufacturers. Prior to these, there wasn't another earbud from another major manufacturer that I would have recommended over the AirPods. So I mean, Soundcore makes great stuff. Yep. There's lots of people who make great earbuds, and they make great earbuds that are a lot cheaper than these. But I would not have recommended, a Samsung or, AKG or anything like that. I wouldn't have. And I guess I'm putting them into the category of like, these are the earbuds that they came up with to sell with their phones when they took off the headphone jack. Right. So that is now a headphone category.
Oh my God.
The earbuds that they sell now that they took away the headphone jack.
Wow.
And so I wouldn't have recommended another company's stuff over the AirPods, but these hold their water, so they're pretty good.
Cool. All right, more questions for you. I see people in the chat talking about the headphones that I'm currently wearing, which are the Sony WH-1000 XM3s. Yes. Now, Jason, we know that the XM4s are coming very shortly. I'm curious, have you pre-ordered? No. Or do you plan on getting a set?
I haven't decided.
No. You skipped out on the 3s. You can't skip out on the 4s, Jason. You are an audio guy. You got to have some, man. You got to get some.
I know, but my dance card's getting full with all this audio stuff. Maybe I'll check. Okay, I want to check them out, so I'll say maybe. And we'll see how it goes.
So I tell him that the best noise canceling headphones of all time just got better, and he says his dance card to fool you. Are y'all hearing this? Are you all hearing this right now?
So here's the thing. Gaming headsets are still a big part of what I do, even though I don't do gaming headset videos as often as I did. Like I still get tons of views and stuff like that from gaming headsets. And there are a bunch of new gaming headsets coming out in pre-excitement for the new consoles. So I've already got like 4 or 5 different gaming headsets that are going to be coming in between now and like the end of next month, and I've got others that are backed up that I need to like get to. I don't know, man. I need a production team, and I'm broke.
Okay, how do I put this gently? Your gaming headset's are cute, but if you do a video on the XM4, the video that you do will probably pay for the damn things themselves or pretty close to it, and you'll get a lot of views anyway. And you'll be satisfied because you'll realize that you have some of the best pair of headphones ever.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're making a good point. All right.
Yeah.
I will get them. But I'm also like, I don't know. I don't have the Pixel 4a, and because they didn't give it to me. I want to check it out, but then I also have the LG Velvet, and then I haven't made a decision about any the Note phones yet. I would only be getting the Note phone to review it, and even if I say nice things, here's the thing. This is my problem with phones right now. If I paid $1,300 for a Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, right? And that was my only phone, I would be over the moon excited about how great that phone is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But once you start comparing all these different phones to one another, then you start to see like where the value propositions are slightly different, right?
Oh yeah.
So when I talk about whether or not I would recommend a Galaxy Note 20 or Note 20 Ultra, it's not because they aren't on their own by themselves really good phones. They aren't trash. However, I don't think they hold the value that they need to in order to be worth the price that they're asking.
Oh, we know they don't, because like Travis always says, if you wait about a month after the phone's released, the price will drop. It happens all the time with Samsung devices.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Doug has started the Sony M4.
Doug knows what time it is. Doug knows.
He's started the fund. So
yeah, I already I put my pre-order in for the XM4s. Apparently they shipped, so hopefully I'll have them maybe if I'm lucky tomorrow or by Monday. So looking forward to that, of course. But yeah, God, it's so hard for me because I don't have an interest in the Note phones, but I mean, it's kind of hard seeing everybody else do their reviews and videos and things like that. And the phone looks nice, so I really want to pre-order it, but I'm not, because I'm holding out for the Fold 2. So I just need to stay strong, wait a little longer, and then I can pre-order the Fold 2, because that's the one I really want. So I'm just waiting for the Fold 2.
I feel like I'm in this weird catch-22, because if I get the phone and I give it a negative review, then I'm an Apple sheep, right?
You can't worry about what the people say.
No, I know, but I like to be able to at least make an argument that's worth, that people are listening to. You know what I mean? So if I get a Note 20 Ultra and I give it a good review, people are like, "Oh, well, you're a flip-flopper." So it's like I can't say bad or good things about like Apple versus anything else without having that kind of crap coming back at me. And I just muddies up I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy like having to deal with people talking that way.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you realize that that's kind of what we sign up for as content creators. We're going to get it from all sides. We're going to get good. We're going to get bad. We're going to get ugly. It is what it is. The main thing to realize and understand is that no matter what you say, as long as you're consistent with what you're saying, then that's all that matters. Because if you're inconsistent, that's when they come after you. But if
that's the thing, I'm inconsistent. I'm totally inconsistent. So at least in the eyes of a lot of people, I'm totally inconsistent when it comes to talking about this stuff, because maybe it's because I made pronouncements like I'm leaving Apple or whatever in the past.
I mean,
but now when I get these comments, it's like they're not even listening to what I'm saying. They're just like, if I say something positive about Apple, then I'm an Apple sheep. If I say something negative about Apple,
yes, you have moments where you change your mind, which you are allowed to. But I don't know if I would say overall, looking at your total body of work, that you're inconsistent. I wouldn't say that, not at all.
Well, I appreciate that. It kind of sometimes it feels that way, but then again, like I'm like hyper involved in it,
right?
So it's harder for me to see. We got Gameski in the chat.
Yes, I was about to talk to him. Gameski, tell me you put your pre-orders in for the XM4, baby. I need to know. I know you got your pre-order in, Gameski, because I know you're going to do a review. I'll be looking forward to that video too.
So Tom is giving us some euros. Thank you, Tom, for the €5.
See, Jason, the people want an XM4 video. You can't deny the people, Jason.
I know. Okay, it's fine. I'll do it. Fine.
You know, y'all know I mostly do Apple content on my channel, but I might have to break that cycle just to do a video on the XM4. I might have to do it because those are gonna be good. Oh my god.
Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered them. I'll wait until I can get them on Amazon.
Gamesky, you're a man of my own heart. Gamesky, you're a man of my own heart.
You know, one of the big reasons that I buy everything on Amazon right now, because doing those Amazon streams, which are now sadly over, doing those Amazon streams has given me a lot of like a war chest on Amazon that I can use to buy stuff. So
wait a minute, so they're not doing those streams at all anymore? They just stopped them?
They are doing them. So it's open to more people, and there's sort of a tiered like whole thing with the app and all that kind of stuff. But for the people who they brought in to help them through the beta process, who they were paying, they're no longer going to pay.
Oh, okay.
And if you're not paying,
Jason's like, I got more important stuff to do. You're not.
well, yeah. I mean, I got to for one thing, I got to figure out how to replace that money. Right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'll still do them from time to time. I'm talking to some companies about, like, you know, Aki wants me to do something, talking about some of their stuff and that kind of thing. So I'll still do them, but yeah, it's still kind of bums me out. It's a double-edged sword, because on one hand, it was really nice to have that, you know, consistent little thing that I was doing that was bringing in a little bit of money. But trying to get 5-hour-long live streams in a week and doing that since like the beginning of November every week was exhausting. No, Amazon didn't get mad. Amazon, I mean, they're totally cool. They're totally cool. They were. It's just they decided to go a different way with how they were going to do the full-on program. I don't know how well it's going to work out for them.
So if they're not paying, then how are they compensating creators right now? Are they not? Are we just doing it for free now, or what's happening?
Well, no, it's like, you know, so you get your affiliate.
Oh, gee, is that it? That's all? Oh my Lord! Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not worth it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing better these days on Amazon affiliate stuff than I've ever done before, but it's not off of those live streams.
Right.
It's off of like people buying other stuff, you know. So from videos and that kind of thing.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I could double down on that and probably, you know, go some way toward replacing that income. But at any rate, how did we get talking about this Amazon thing?
Because you said they were stopping the program, and I asked you about what was going on with that.
Yeah. So Fernando loves it when I switch from Apple to Samsung. It's a yearly event. It's like my own little Festivus. It's my own little Festivus. I love tech. So whenever I get a new piece of tech, I'm like all excited about it, right? And I don't know. It's just very confusing.
Okay, so we know how you feel about the Note phones. What are your thoughts about the Galaxy Fold 2?
I still got to wait to see the price. You know, the fact that they didn't list a price, and they're going to wait until after they release the Note, tells me that we aren't going to like the price.
No, it tells me they want to sell more Note. That's what it tells me.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, they want to sell more Notes, but they also want to keep people hanging on who are like undecided. You know, if it's $2,500 and the Note 20 Ultra is $1,300, then a lot of people are going to say no.
My guess is it's going to be around 21 or 2,200,
which to me is still pretty damn steep.
But I mean, they launched the original one for $1,980, and as you astutely pointed out many times this fall, Jason, it's not like Samsung is giving a damn about how much they're pricing their devices. So we know the price is probably going to go up. I don't expect it to go up that much because, I mean, yeah, they're not that crazy. Well, they are, but they're not that crazy.
2020 has proven to me that Samsung is totally out of their minds. Like
I
they
think
don't know what they're doing.
I think the Fold 2 will max out. Well, actually, I think it'll start at probably 2100, 2200. I don't think the starting price will be any higher than 2200.
Okay, I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Go ahead.
2480.
No, that's too much.
That's my prediction.
So the reason why I'm coming up with the pricing I'm coming up with is because who did it was Marquez, and I think someone else on Twitter was talking about they were trying to guess the pricing and things like that for the Fold. And then somebody from a carrier came in and they were like, it's not as high as you think and it's not as low as you think. And I think the highest price was 2400 and the lowest price was 2100. So I think it's going to be somewhere in there somewhere. So I'm guessing 2200.
That makes sense, I guess. That makes sense. But like still over $2,000 for a smartphone. I don't care if it like folds out into a full-size automobile. $2,000 is too goddamn high.
That's right. The price is too goddamn high. That's right. You're right. You're right.
See, and GameSky feels me like, you know, the new product comes out, you get all excited, you're ready to ditch what you were hanging with before. You know, you're fair weather. I'm somewhat fair weather when it comes to my tech enthusiasm. However, I always go back to the things that don't piss me off. Eventually, many things piss me off. So I end up going back. Although I got to tell you, people, LG V60 has remained the main phone since I got it, and I haven't been upset by it since. I haven't been upset by it at all. GameSky's going for $19.99.
I hope
it's funny. It's funny that if you want a foldable phone, you can go on Amazon and get the Fold 1.
Yes.
For $1,100.
Correct. It's renewed, but hey, it's $1,100.
Still, I mean, that tells me that I couldn't sell it myself. If I had a Fold that I wanted to sell, I wouldn't be able to sell it for more than $900.
Probably not. No.
Because of course they're jacking the price, right? They've got overhead. And that tells me that in less than a year, a $1,980 phone became a $900 phone.
Again, it's a Samsung we're talking about, and Samsung phones don't hold their value. However, that might change a little bit because Samsung is now supporting their phones for longer. They announced that they're going to be supporting the Note 20 phone for 3 years. So that's a change from what they've done in the past. So maybe now they'll hold their resale value a little bit longer. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in 2 years. Right? In 2 years, we'll see how things are going. You know, because they may not. Who knows? Yeah. I haven't seen it done yet. The best deal that I've seen in terms of support, and this isn't not software, but LG, ever since the boot loop problem, like from 7 or 8 years ago, has offered like 2 years of manufacturer warranty. So any kind of like problem that you have with the phone from a manufacturing side, you can get it replaced. And to me, that's good because everything else is 1 year.
I'm about to say that's pretty good because usually the standard is 1 year. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, that mug that you're drinking out of is badass. I like that.
It's a giant mug.
I
got 2 like 10-ounce coffees in here.
I mean, I got Hawaiian Punch over here, but yours looks a lot cooler than mine.
Isn't it too early in the morning for Hawaiian Punch?
Never, dude. Never.
I like my Hawaiian Punch, but yeah.
You're talking to a guy that had cereal for dinner last night, so
I've been there. It's like, especially since the whole pandemic thing has happened. Like I just graze all day. You know, I'll eat some Pop-Tarts here. I'll have some, granola bars there. So GameSky has been. I've seen some of the tweets big on the 4A. Yeah.
This phone is in my short list for phone of the year. It is that good. I mean, yeah.
I'll tell you what, you can't call that the phone of the year until you try the V60.
Okay.
It might be the best value phone of the year, but then again, the V60 is also a great value because you can get the dual screen for like $900. It's cheap.
Ooh, speaking of dual screen, Jason, do you have any thoughts on the recently announced Surface Duo? I think we got our answer, folks.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it'll be cool. I don't know. Nobody's gonna buy it. So this is another instance of Microsoft like producing some hardware that they won't market correctly, that won't necessarily like make it to a third iteration. Like here's how I'm going to say it. The Surface Duo is the Microsoft Zune of smartphones.
Ooh, wow.
So that's what I see. I could be wrong. I admit that I haven't followed all the news about it, super closely. I think it's interesting that they're going halfway between what LG's doing and what Samsung's doing. So they got a foldable phone, but it's not just a case, it's like actually the phone. So we'll see. I know. See, this is the big like mindset difference between me and a lot of other people who do the tech thing is a lot of people are always looking for the positive. And I am not. I'm looking for like, where does it suck? and then, trying to decide if that amount of suck is enough to take it out of qualification for consideration for me to use, right? So I think there's a high probability of Surface Duo sucking.
That's an interesting approach, though, because I feel like for me personally, I don't really have to look for the suck because it will just levitate to the surface when I'm using the product. So depending on how much suck levitates to the surface, then I can like take that into consideration and then try to focus on the positive things. Because listen, people, as much as we got poetic about these tech products, there is no perfect product and there's no completely terrible product. Every product has its positives. Every product has its negatives. It's just how much of the balance you have in that product, and then you take with that information that you gain to make your recommendation.
Well, and I think that's the thing too. I think for us like tech navel gazers who will tear every little detail about these things apart and argue over it for months on end, it's a whole lot different for us than it is for somebody. I'm sure if anybody who goes out and buys a Surface Duo and that's their phone and they use it, like, I'm sure that it'll be great. I'm sure that they'll love it. I'm sure that it'll have benefits to it. I'm sure that it'll have some little oddities that they have to deal with, but I'm sure it'll be great. Just like the Galaxy Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. I'm actually tempted to buy the Galaxy Note 20.
What? The participation trophy? Oh, come on, Jason.
I know. Well, I want to see exactly how much they're trying to screw us.
Wow.
Right?
Oh boy.
That's the long and short of it right there. How much are they trying to screw us?
That would be a hell of a video title, though. Galaxy Note 20. How much are they trying to screw us?
That's what I said. I had a video last year that was something like, did Samsung betray us with the Note 10? Yeah, and the answer was yes.
Yep.
But now they're doubling down. They're making it even more watered down than it was before.
And it's plastic, which is almost offensive, buying a $1,000 phone with plastic on the back. Come on now.
Somebody commented on one of my videos saying that the plastic is really nice and it feels like metal.
I'm sure it does, but it's still plastic.
Yeah. I you know, if we went back to plastic phones, if like high quality plastic builds, you know, polymers, carbon fiber, whatever, if that's the direction that the whole industry was going, then I'd be like, yeah, okay, it's more durable, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they only made it plastic because it's cheaper, right?
Yep.
So they can like their margin gets bigger.
Yep.
So that just makes me angry.
It's true though. It's true. All right, so I'm curious to get your thoughts on the color because everybody's waxing poetic about this Mystic Bronze, but
Puke.
the white one looked good. I don't know. Y'all need to check out the white Note 20. Whoo! Oh man.
Hold on.
If I were to get one, I would get the white
up
one.
here.
If I were to get one, I would definitely go for the white. I would not go for the Mystic Bronze.
Mystic Bronze is like an old 80s color. It is. It is. Like my mom would buy a purse that color. Right? So here we go. Here we go. Let's take a look.
See, technically T understands what's going on. The white, where is that, baby? Grab the white.
So here's Mystic Bronze.
See, they make it look so good on their advertising, but I don't think it looks that good in person.
I don't know, man. It looks like a trashier rose gold. It's awful.
Man, Jason is brutal this morning.
It's just ugly. Let's see.
Yeah, I would go for the white one though.
The green even looks like crap.
Yeah, that looks terrible. That looks like it threw up or something. No.
Yeah, it's like a green phone would be fun, but yeah, Mystic White. I mean,
there we go. Oh God,
that's pretty sharp. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But I mean, I've got a white iPhone 11 that's pretty sharp as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, and it cost $500 less. So let's look at the black though, because I mean the black isn't bad either.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, you're right. The black doesn't look bad, but that's standard. We get black every year, and I mean we get white sometimes, but that white Note 20 looks good.
It does. I mean, but this is a much more muted year compared to last year with like the aura glow and everything else. Last year it looked like you were going to a rave.
Literally, yeah.
And this year it looks like you're going to the country club for a shrimp cocktail. You know, it's ugly. That Mystic Bronze is ugly, man. I'm sorry. If I saw somebody carrying this phone in this color, I would have to laugh at them in their face.
Wow.
That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. It looks like, you know, back in the 80s, this was like a lipstick color that it was so terrible. It was so terrible.
Oh man.
It's really awful. All right, let's look at what they got for the Note 20 5G. Is it just the same colors?
No, they got oh, really? Oh, they got
they got the green and then Mystic Gray. Well, that's not bad. I would go for Mystic Gray. If it was actually a phone worth buying. But this is the thing. My channel has always done well with Note videos. I've always loved the Note. I feel like I would be doing a disservice to myself and to like the viewership without covering it. But at the same time, like I don't want to just like be that guy who's going in with the negative preconceptions.
No, I'm not Roberto Blake. I'm not a YouTube guru. But like I said earlier during this stream, if you want a video that's going to hit hard and get you views, which you could be completely 100% Jason on, XM4, where's that, baby? Get yourself
a yeah.
XM4.
I mean, for sure. But the Note stuff too, like, yeah, I might have to do it because I don't think I'm gonna get a Fold 2 because it's going to be more money than I want. I just spent $3,000 on a computer, right?
Mhm.
No, the Fold 2 is going to be at least 2/3 that cost. That's crazy talk.
Speaking of spending an absurd amount of money on things, I spent about $2,700 on my new TV, which is the LG C10. You have the C9.
I do.
I should have got the C9. I spent $300 too much, but that's okay. I'll get over it.
It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought both. I bought a B7 a couple of years ago, and then I got the C9 last year,
Mhm.
right after the holidays. And right after the holidays is a good time
How
because
about you? Probably got a good deal on that.
yeah, I got it for less than $2,000. So yeah, I mean, you got to wait 6 months, but yeah, I mean, but there's such good TVs. If I was smart, I would just be like, I don't need another TV for 5 years, at least.
Oh yeah, I will not be buying another TV anytime soon. I am done for a while with TV.
Man, we were watching Captain Marvel the other night because our internet was out, so we couldn't watch anything, right?
Mm.
And so we had that on Blu-ray, or Blu-ray Ultra, and it just was like really, really good.
Mm. Yeah.
It just looked really slick.
Actually, I think that's funny because I think I watched Captain Marvel the other night myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as Marvel movies go, it's still a piece of shit movie. but you know, it was worth. It was. I don't know. I like Brie Larson is the thing. I like
Brie Larson too. She gets a lot of hate, but I like her.
Yeah, and there were moments in that movie, but it was so paint by numbers. Like the whole story was just like, you know, it could have just been like you go to the screenplay store and buy like different parts and put them together.
Yeah, there are definitely some interesting things happening, but overall, I thought it was a decent movie. I mean, I don't think it stuck like most people would do, but it was decent. But I'm curious.
I'm the guy who thought that Batman versus Superman was pretty good.
Oh God, that was terrible. See, okay, so we just different. I thought that was absolutely garbage. But
yeah, I still like. I watched it again. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Now, funny thing, I watched it in the theater and I thought it was absolute trash. But then I watched the extended cut and I like the extended cut a lot better.
Okay, that's what I have on that's what I have on the Blu-ray Ultra.
Okay,
is the extended cut.
Yeah, the extended cut to me that was a lot better than what they put in the theater. But okay.
Yeah, you're probably right. I haven't compared the two, but I tell you what, I think Zack Snyder's taste is very much like similar to mine in terms of like being somewhat dark. And I like that. So
ooh, Andrew Shaw, thank you for reminding me. I'm definitely gonna watch that today or tomorrow. Project Power on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Actually, funny, interestingly enough, Casey Neistat happened to be in that movie. He had like a small extra clip in there. That's pretty interesting.
Casey Neistat.
Casey Neistat. So, Jason, I'm curious to get your thoughts on Disney Plus offering up Mulan this fall for $30. Here we go again. The head nod. Oh boy, here we go.
See, the thing is, like, okay, and I've heard. I said this earlier. I was talking about it before, but $30 is too much because you're paying for Disney Plus monthly, right?
Okay.
And then I don't care if you could watch it 1,000 times afterwards. You're really just paying to see it that one time, right?
Right.
So there's no extra value for me in the fact that I could watch it again. Because if I want to watch it again, the way I usually do that with movies is I'll either buy it on, one of the streaming places so I can have it, or I'll get the 4K Blu-ray or something like that. I'll spend the extra dollars to get a movie that I know I want to watch multiple times. But $30 is too much, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's still a value for a family. Family of four goes out to the movies and it's $120 or whatever. Yes, that's true. But you can't assume that everybody who's going to watch Mulan has like 3 kids, right?
Right.
So $30 for a single person who wants to watch that movie is sucks. It's too much. I think that, you know, even 20, when they started putting out movies after COVID started, and they started putting out movies on Amazon and other places, 20 was a lot. But at the same time, it was like, okay, well, I'm seeing a brand new movie in my house for $20. Okay, whatever. That's, you know, more than I would pay for a rental of something that was already out in the theater. It felt like a better deal. But $30 is too much. That's Disney going Apple with their films. They know people will pay it because you know that there are crazy Disney people out there.
Oh, hell yeah. Listen.
They're crazy. I mean, there are people who go to Disney World every year.
Okay,
and it creeps me out. It really
so
does.
Me personally, I was kind of mad. I understood, but I was kind of mad back early this year. I didn't know how bad the environment was at the time, but I was mad when they moved James Bond from April back to this November. So if James Bond comes straight to streaming, I don't care how much it costs. I'm on that day one. So you're right. People will pay for that Mulan. They will pay for that because I'm ready.
I mean,
I'm ready to go.
I'm probably not the target audience for Mulan, right?
I'm not either, but yeah.
Because if there was like a you know, science fiction movie I wanted to see, like if Blade Runner 2049 was coming out and they wanted $30 for it, I'd pay it.
You wouldn't even think about it, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yes, they can get the money. Should they be doing it? Maybe not, because they are paying that. You are paying that monthly fee, and so what am I getting for my monthly? Like just access to the Disney catalog? I guess that's all right.
Interestingly enough, somebody had mentioned in the chat that even after you pay the $30, you only get to keep the movie as long as you have Disney Plus. So if you were to cancel your Disney Plus subscription, then the movie's gone. Yeah, movie gone. Yep.
Fuck that. Ouch. Ow.
Wow. That's the reaction right there. Woo. Okay.
This was always the argument about like streaming music services, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're paying to be able to stream these pieces of digital product, and you don't own them,
right? So
what are you paying for? But the cost of streaming per month has come down to like $10, right? So you can pay more, you can pay less, but you can pick your streaming service of choice, and people's relationship with music has changed. You know, people aren't so much about owning music anymore. It's a better deal for a lot of people to just have everything available, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when Disney Plus has a brand new streaming service, we don't know if Disney Plus is going to exist in 2 years, right? It's a brand new streaming service, not even a year old. And they're like, pay us $30, and you know, if you leave or we quit, we're just taking it with us. That sucks.
Yep.
That sucks. So, yeah, and I mean, I get frustrated with Apple too, because, you know, if you buy something on Apple's movie site, then you end up just, you can't download it and use it other places because it's got that Apple DRM protection thing going on. It's frustrating. It's like if I paid you for something, you know, like not just the fee to rent it, but I actually paid. I want to be able to download it and put it on a hard drive and put it on a backup hard drive and watch it when I want to, and not have to worry about the fact that I got it from you. But yeah, Disney's taken it one step further.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the cost of Mulan is $30 plus some percentage of your monthly fee for Disney Plus for life. Right?
Pretty much. Yep.
You better love that thing.
Truthfully. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know anything about this xCloud thing. I'm out of the loop.
I'm gonna have a whole conversation about all this Apple versus Epic game Fortnite crap tonight on the show.
Yeah.
If you're free tonight, you might want to come over because gonna be interesting.
I don't know, man. That argument to me is it's like a $2 trillion company arguing with a $120 million company about pennies. It's annoying. But but I just want to get back to Skilty's comment here. Skilty says, if you go to the cinema, you pay $30, you don't get to take the movie home, but you've had an experience. That's what you pay for when you go to the theater. It's the whole experience, right? You don't get to take the concert home with you when you go see Leonard Skinner, right?
True.
But
Yep.
you got to have the experience, which is arguably better than just having it on your TV, right?
And let's be serious. The sound system that they're using in the theater is nothing that will be in your house. Just to get that out the way.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, if you're putting something in my house, like if I can watch it on my couch, then I want to feel like I'm actually getting a product for the product for, going out to a movie is, dinner and some time with your family and some overly priced popcorn and all that kind of stuff, right? And it's a whole experience. So, but yeah, the Fortnite thing, the Apple versus Fortnite thing. So let me get this straight. Apple charges X amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Fortnite wanted to change what they were charging. Is that how it works?
No. So basically, what happened is that when you submit your app to the Apple App Store, you're not allowed to implement a direct payment method to do in-app purchases and things like that. You have to go through Apple. What
Right.
Epic did with Fortnite was they implemented their own direct payment solution, circumventing Apple's direct payment solution, so they wouldn't have to pay Apple their 30% of their commission that they take. So, yeah.
So Fortnite is putting microtransactions in. Epic is putting microtransactions in Fortnite.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then they don't want to give Apple their cut, even though they're using Apple's service.
Correct.
So microtransactions suck.
Yeah.
And companies that take money from 12-year-olds for, skins and shit like that should go jump off the bridge. Right?
Woo!
So microtransactions in games suck. And not wanting to pay what it costs to be on somebody's servers to have access to the however many million devices there are out there that would have your game on there, like, stop being a bitch.
Oh my God. Woo! Whoa, boy. Wow.
If they had their own app store and they could reach all those devices, then fine. Take all the money.
That's what they want. They want their own app store, but they want to put their app store on existing platform though, and that's just not happening.
Yeah, go fly a kite. That's what I say.
Fly a kite.
I mean, I hate Fortnite to begin with. I think it's a stupid game.
Yeah, if you guys want further discussion about all of this, I will be talking about this stuff in depth tonight on Friday Night Viper. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting conversation for sure.
Yeah. What am I drinking this morning? I've got some. I've got some espresso. This is like 2 cups in one, and I've already.
Whatever you're drinking is damn good. Drink more. Drink more.
It's terrible. I mean, that pisses me off. Here's the thing. Fortnite is a free-to-play game, right?
Yeah.
Free-to-play game. So they sell advertisements to offset the cost of being free-to-play.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they want to start charging in other ways. I don't man. So Activision has Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is a game that you can play for free, even if you don't own the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can buy Like you can buy the battle pass and you can buy all this other stuff, or you can, or you don't have to, right? So I like the fact that your game should be enough, right, to draw people to it. So if you're trying to milk people, then it's just, if you're trying to milk people out of money just to nickel and dime people for like shit like Fortnite skins, technically, T.
Listen, I'm not going to get too deep into it. Like I'm going to discuss this more tonight, but Apple is not monopolistic, people. You can have a monopoly when there are other app stores in existence. There is a Google Play Store. There is a Samsung Galaxy Store. Like those things exist. So if you don't like how Apple, or if you don't like the rules and terms and conditions on Apple's iOS App Store, you can take your business to Google and Samsung and anybody else. So just by those other app stores existing, by very definition, Apple is not a monopoly.
Yeah. See, here's the definition of a monopoly. There's no one else you can get the thing from but the one place. That is a monopoly. If there was one electric company and you had to pay them and they could charge whatever they wanted to charge, then that's a monopoly. Apple is in competition with every other phone manufacturer out there. The fact that they do it better is not their fault.
Thank you.
It doesn't make the monopoly. It doesn't make them a monopoly at all. I mean, a monopoly is you can only get it from this guy, and this guy's going to charge you whatever he wants. So if you want access to Apple's customers, you got to pay Apple's fees. Period. That's the cost of doing business. Stop being a bitch.
I mean, and if we're talking about Apple and their install base, they have less than 20% of the market share because Android has the majority of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's true. But there's still like, what, 1 billion iOS devices out there?
There's over 1 billion active Apple devices out there right now, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, see, you could have said at one point that Microsoft was a monopoly because they only had one competitor, and it was Apple. And Apple wasn't doing nearly the same kind of business as Microsoft was, right?
Yep.
But we didn't do that. So now it's the folks over at Epic Games are trying to get us to feel sorry for them because big bad Apple wants to take money from them. It's like, dudes, seriously.
And I see the arguments out there about how Epic isn't doing it for this. They're doing it to get government regulation involved in the way Apple does the App Store.
Oh, fucking shit.
But I'm
sorry, but that's bullshit. They are not altruistically losing money in order to do something good for the people. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's a fucking video game. Okay? Like, it's ridiculous to think that, to even kind of make that argument is insulting. They are not trying to help people. They want to make more money and they don't want to have to pay the fees necessary to make it. Period.
Basically.
So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and this whole Apple is a monopoly because they run iOS. Well, it's their house. They built a platform. They can do what they want. iOS isn't the only platform in town. Again, that would be the equivalent of somebody coming into your house and telling you how to run your house, how to clean your house, how to do your chores. You wouldn't let that happen, would you? No, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's just the same thing as saying like Nike is a monopoly because only Nike sells their shoes. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because Apple has competition. Competition is the definition of what is not a monopoly. If Apple had no competition, if Android withered and died on the vine and Apple was the only place that you could go to buy a phone and get apps, then that would be a monopoly. But if that's not the case, it's not a monopoly. It's not monopolistic. It's not a quasi-monopoly. It's not anything. It is business. Period. End of discussion.
Business 101, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I understand that Apple is frustrating, and Apple has done some things in their history that has made them not the friendliest company to consumers. I think it's fair to say that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not freaking Standard Oil. They're not Ma Bell, you know, like these were real monopolies. Like a lot of people who are here in this chat right now are probably not old enough to remember when AT&T / Bell Telephone was the only place that you could get telephone service. And then they broke up that monopoly because there had to be competition in order for people to get something, in order for people to be able to pay for that service competitively, right? So if Apple was the only company that made phones, then yeah, you could say they have a monopoly and they would have an argument. But they aren't. There are a lot of other people that make phones, and so there's no monopoly. But and see here, Tyreek, again, you can't download apps on Apple devices other than on the App Store. No. But that's a business model. That's a business model that Apple has put in place so they can run their business the way they want to. There are good sides to it, there are bad sides to it, but it's not a monopoly. It's just the way that they do. That's the way they do business. And if you don't want to do business that way, if you want to be able to sideload from someplace else, then go buy an Android phone. That's the long and short of it. If you want to be able to get your apps from someplace other than the official store, go to Android, because that's possible there. Mm-hmm. So it might not be fair, it might not be cool, it might not be whatever, but it is not a monopoly.
Okay, so let's pivot to a different subject real quick here. Obviously you're looking at the Note, but you're not too excited about the Note. I can make a pretty good guess that you're not all that excited about the new iPhone, because we know what's coming with that. So I'm curious, is there any tech that's coming in the latter half of 2020 that you are excited about?
PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X.
Oh, okay. I think we can go here, but we gonna go here since you just said it, so I can go. I have permission to go here, so let's go.
Well, let me just say about the iPhones, though. I am still cautiously optimistic about the iPhones because I want to see that new body style.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see them get rid of the notch. I would love to see them go and do a bunch of other things, but I'm looking forward to seeing whether or not they go with a different they go with that different body style. And if that's the case, and that's a body style that I really like, then I will be excited about it.
Yeah,
I think people can go, pound sand if they don't like it.
Yeah, I think they are going to go with a different body style, so you have that to look forward to at the very least, definitely. But
yeah, they can screw it up a lot of other ways, but
yeah,
they haven't been screwing up very much recently.
No. So let's talk about the console. No, in case you've been living on the rock or you don't follow me on Twitter, most of y'all know how I feel about this already. But you got the PS5 on one side, you got the Xbox Series X on the other side, and up until today, which is August 14th, I still don't have a reason why I should be excited about the Xbox Series X. That is my problem. People who think I'm bashing Xbox. I'm not bashing Xbox. I'm waiting for Microsoft to give me a reason to give a damn about the console, because Microsoft's business model, as Jason was talking about with Apple, is vastly different and it's changed drastically over the past 7 years. It went from Microsoft trying to sell actual individual boxes to Microsoft trying to get different forms of gaming into as many hands as possible. And for me, being an original OG gamer, that don't compete with me. I'm not with that. My thing is, if you're releasing a new console, then you should be doing everything that you can to highlight what makes that console better than the competition, in this case, the PS5. Up until now, Microsoft has not highlighted why the Xbox Series X is better than the PS5. They keep saying, it's the most powerful console, blah, blah, blah. Multi-plat games will run better on Xbox. Okay. But show me what the box can do. I have not seen nothing. Whereas the PS5, they showed off games and different gameplay scenarios and things like that. Sony has done a much better job getting me excited about the PS5, whereas Microsoft has practically done nothing about the Xbox Series X because with their new business model, they don't care about the Series X. And for me, like I said, being an OG gamer, it just grinds my gears. I hate it. But what's your thoughts, Jason?
Well, the thing about the Xbox Series X, and this has been the problem with the Xbox for me personally for a long time, is that they have exclusives, but they're very sort of narrow exclusives, right? And PlayStation has always had like a wide variety of exclusive games that that will draw you to that platform.
Yes.
If I can play every game plus those on the PlayStation, then I'm leaning toward PlayStation. There's nothing that Microsoft has to sell in that same way. They don't have the exclusive titles. The device is not going to function that much better, so that people will just be like, "Oh my god, I got to have that because it's so much faster." Whatever.
Exactly.
Nobody cares about that.
No.
Nobody cares about that. So Microsoft needs to have a reason for, as you said, people to want to buy their devices. And right now, the only thing that's compelling for anyone is brand loyalty.
That's it.
The fact that they've bought Xboxes in the past.
That's all they have, literally.
And that's not enough. That's not enough, especially when, if you're Microsoft, you can go and use Microsoft stuff on a PC.
Yeah.
You can go get yourself a PC, and then you got your portal into all the Microsoft Xbox stuff as well. So there's not a compelling argument for the Xbox Series X right now, other than I think it looks pretty cool.
And the other thing is that, again, like I just highlighted earlier, Microsoft doesn't care about the Series X. At least that's the vibe that they're getting across to the consumer. They've already told us that you don't need a Series X for at least 2 more years because every game that comes out from now to 2022 will be playable on all the Xbox One. So you can play it on the OG Xbox One, the Xbox One S, the Xbox One X, and the Xbox Series X. So if every new game that comes out on Microsoft's side can be played for the next 2 years on the current generation of consoles, that makes me less attractive to want to buy a newer console. I mean, there's no point. Again, this comes back to my argument. What makes the Series X so much more desirable than what I already have if I already have an Xbox One or One X or Series X? They have done nothing to highlight the differences of the Series X yet. And y'all talking about Xbox Game Pass. You can miss me completely with Xbox Game Pass. I don't care about that. You talking about Microsoft like crappy half-finished first-party games on Xbox Game Pass? No. Because most developers and the most of the major third-party titles won't be on Game Pass. They're not doing that. So stop it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's sort of the same argument as, Disney selling Mulan for $30, right? Game Pass might seem like a cool deal because there's like, oh, we got 100 games and it's $15 a month. Are you going to play enough of those 100 games to justify paying? So 15 times 10 is 150 plus 30, $180, $200 a year. Are you gonna use that service enough? I mean, to me, games are not exclusively for kids anymore, and I don't think anybody thinks of games that way. And the truth of the matter is, the people who play video games the most are the 25 to 34-year-olds who are either not married or, they've got more disposable income for whatever reason, and you're asking them to rent games. They're not going to want to rent games. It's especially with something like crossplay coming on. So if you can play on any platform that you want and go on Call of Duty Modern Warfare and play Warzone, right? Then what do I need an Xbox for compared to a PlayStation or a PC?
And I didn't even cover the fact that their most alluring title that might actually draw you into getting a Series X has now been delayed until 2021 because now there is no Halo Infinite to come out with the launch of the Series X. So the Series X has no major killer game coming out at launch with the console. So basically, Microsoft is relying on all their like Xbox One titles from like years past to satiate your appetite for next generation gaming. What? How the hell does that work? What? How?
And let's just be honest about Halo.
Uh-oh.
Is it 1996? No, it's not. So who cares about Halo?
Oh, okay. Let me stop you. Let me time out. We gotta time out. We gotta pause the stream. I gotta stop you right there. I gotta stop you right there. Okay. You know what? I
Frozen. Viper's frozen. It's true though. It's true. Like, okay, let's see if Viper becomes unfrozen. Oh yeah, he said he'll be right back. Okay, I'll take him off. I'll talk to you. He'll come back. I don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that there's a bunch of people out there that are like clamoring for a new Halo game. Am I wrong? Halo hasn't been relevant for a decade. So in my estimation, it's not really even something that would sell the console. It doesn't sell the console to me. So yeah, Viper has been struck down. Although I was the one who said the bad things. What's Halo? See, that's a lot of the people, a lot of the younger people who play games won't know what Halo is. Won't have had that whole experience. So yeah, what is Halo indeed? Unbox Therapy is a huge fan of Halo. Why doesn't that surprise me? Why doesn't that surprise me? That guy is the official dude bro of tech. You know what? I have a friend. Gabriel. Wait, Skilty. I have a friend who actually plays mouse and keyboard on PlayStation, which I guess you can do. So I've never tried it, but he does it. So Halo, that's the thing is like, I mean, I guess you could say that like Doom came out with a new version of Doom and it was really good and people liked it, but I don't think it relied only on the nostalgia factor of Doom in order to be successful. So to me, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's got to be a good game. And I think maybe they would have maybe they like noticed that people were kind of complaining about the fact that it didn't look good and rethought their whole situation. Because yeah, I don't know. In the 2020s, I don't know if you should really be I don't know if you in 2020, I don't know if you should be relying on Halo. See, I'll use keyboard and mouse. If I'm playing on PC, I'll use keyboard and mouse for other kinds of games, but I'm so used to playing with a controller on FPS games that I don't want to go through the period of sucking that I'll have to go through to get good on mouse and keyboard. And so I still play with a controller on PC, which I know makes me lame, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think that's right. Thing is, Nick, I if you use the controller, well, like I've got an Xbox Elite. I've also got one of the Astro controllers, and they, because they have extra buttons, you can make it work. I'm not willing to cede my age as an excuse for not being I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. And maybe that's age. I don't know. But I could do it if I wanted to. Man, I remember playing the first Resident Evil and the first Silent Hill games, which scared the living crap out of me. And my daughter just played like the most recent Resident Evil game. And I was just like, I don't know if you should play this, but she did. She really enjoyed it. I haven't played Death Stranding yet. I want to, but I just, I've got such limited time to play games that spending a lot of time on that, but I will spend time with Cyberpunk because that's something that I'm really interested in the first place. So that's that. Where the heck did Viper go? Oh, nope, there he is.
I gotta love when you get a power surge right in the middle of me about to drop some knowledge.
Yeah, well, we've been talking about I'll play Cyberpunk on PC probably, unless it comes, well, I guess it's going to come out pretty like in concert with the new console, so I might do PS4 or PS5, I mean. But
so before I was rudely interrupted by this power surge over here, what I was saying is that I agree with you. Halo has been around for almost 20 years, and it's always been the flagship title of Microsoft and Xbox. So while I agree with you that they really shouldn't be, they should have some new IP by now, you can't just discount Halo. That is a big multi-billion-dollar franchise, and people still go gaga over Halo even today. So even though me and you might think that it's time for Microsoft to find another IP that can carry the brand, Halo is still a juggernaut even today. So the fact that their Halo Infinite game is now delayed until 2021, and now they have no AAA like exclusive that makes you want to buy a Series X this year, when Sony has Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank and all this other stuff that's coming out this year with the PS5, it puts Microsoft in a bad position. I mean, they were already in a bad position. Now they're just even in a worse position as it relates to trying to sell consoles this year. But I mean, hey, that's what it is.
Well, and the thing is, like, everybody expected the PlayStation 4 to be and also ran in this last version of the console cycle, right? But PlayStation 4 was just better than the Xbox One at the things that people cared about when it came out. People care about games. People didn't want to. It was cool that you could control your TV through your Xbox and all that. And there was a lot of potential for that Xbox eyeball thing, whatever it was called.
Kinect.
Can't even remember anymore.
Kinect,
yes. There was potential for that, but that potential was like not yet realized and not yet worth the price of admission. So PlayStation had games and people bought the PlayStation. That's the way that it works.
And that's the big, even today, if you're trying to sell a new console, you got to have reasons for people to want the console, aka games. And Microsoft, for whatever reason, has not figured it out yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might be that their business model for their consoles has always been, you know, a couple of tentpole IPs plus, you know, I've always been a PlayStation guy, so I've not always entirely understood why people like the Xbox. But I've been a PlayStation guy since PlayStation 1. So the attraction of the Xbox is not clear to me. I have one.
The attraction of the Xbox is Xbox Live. I mean, the Xbox service as far as multiplayer is superior to PlayStation in every single facet and way. That can't be argued.
Well, yeah, but that's not going to be the case for much longer. I mean, everything's going online now. The proliferation of all of these battle royale games and all that, plus the fact that we're going to be staying at home a lot, right?
True story. Yep.
We're going to be staying at home a lot, and we're going to socialize a lot more through these different mediums. And so there's a premium on making it as good as possible. Now, Xbox Live was great because, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm trying to remember, but I believe that Xbox Live existed when you could not do multiplayer on PlayStation. Correct?
I believe that is correct.
So that was their killer app. You could play Halo with your buddies, you know, in a multiplayer situation. And since that's not really something that's special anymore, then, you know, that it's not going to matter. And Yates is right. I mean, I said this earlier. Cross-platform is going to be huge coming up. It's not going to matter what hardware you have. You know, it's like, to me, it's like, okay, so if PlayStation has all of these other games that I won't be able to play if I own an Xbox, and then there's also PC exclusives that I won't be able to play because I have an Xbox, then it's like there's not a huge reason to buy an Xbox.
You know what? This is a lot like the AR versus VR argument, right? AR is kind of more inclusive. It allows you to be more in tune with the world around you, where VR is kind of like closed off. You have to be like pretty much be stationary and things like that. Obviously, we know that cloud gaming is the future. So in the future, the console is not going to matter because cloud gaming is going to take over and you can pretty much game anywhere on anything per se. But
right,
the Sony business model as it stands today still hasn't played. One dedicated box to play games that you can't play and have experiences that you can't have on any other place. If you want to play the new Spider-Man Miles Morales game, you can only do that with a PS5 on PlayStation. That's not going to change anytime soon. And that's why I think when these consoles go on sale this holiday, Sony's going to mop the floor of Microsoft, because exclusives still matter. The gaming experience still matters. If PlayStation is providing superior next generation gaming experiences, people are going to still gravitate to that, even with cloud gaming on the horizon.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter as much if the hardware is better on the Xbox side if they don't have the games.
Bingo.
So, yeah.
So does this mean you will be getting a PS5 this year?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
day one. Yeah.
That's right. Day one. That's right.
Yeah, I will. Although, like, I should probably pre-order it. I'm not a big fan of pre-ordering things.
Oh, you have no choice this year. You got to pre-order it.
Yeah. I don't like pre-ordering things just because I don't know. It's kind of the same thing as like the reason why I wouldn't buy a Tesla. I wouldn't buy a Tesla because you have to give them money up front before you can even shop for the car.
Well, from what I've been told about how the pre-orders are going to work, if you pre-order through Amazon, you don't have to pay anything up front.
Well, I like that then.
Yeah. And that's how I'm going to be pre-ordering the PS5. I'm going to pre-order it on Amazon because they're not allowing me the time to build up the fund.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm just looking here. Yeah.
I mean, Yates says inclusivity mattered made more sense a decade ago. It still makes more sense today. And this is the whole reason why people are so mad at Apple, because Apple won't open up their walled garden. Exclusivity matters. If Apple is providing experiences that you can only have on Apple, then that makes Apple more desirable. That makes people want to come to Apple. You can't say that exclusivity should make more sense a decade ago. There is still a place for things to be unique and rare and only found and located in one spot. I mean, how do you differentiate yourself if you can't be exclusive with something or about something? Like, I don't understand this stuff.
So here's the way I look at it. Like, we'll just use Last of Us 2 as an example.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Last of Us 1. And even if I hadn't bought a PlayStation 4 all the way up to the moment that Last of Us 2 had come out, I would have bought a PlayStation 4 so that I could play Last of Us 2, right? And there's nothing on the Xbox side that would make me do that. So, I not only would I be willing to pay the $60 for the game, but I'd pay like $400 for the console just so I could play that game.
Yep. I brought a PlayStation Pro just to play Spider-Man, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting though, because I really think that this might be the last console version, of like we've seen up to this point.
Well, if you listen to Microsoft, it will be, yeah.
So I don't think everybody's going to switch to PC, but God. I think especially once 5G comes into the picture and becomes more prevalent and bandwidth is not as big an issue, then it'll be your TV will be much more of a hub for that kind of experience. So you can still do it on a PC and everything like that if that's what you prefer. But I just think that cloud gaming will be better than it is right now. Well, it has to be.
Yeah, these nerds, like when I made my video defending Apple for not letting xCloud into their service, people were like, that's not right. Apple should let xCloud. And I'm just like, dude, no, cloud gaming is not even at a point where it even matters yet. And then I got some backlash from Andrew and Max and things like that. And I should try cloud gaming and all that stuff. It may be, but still, LTE might give you an okay experience, but again, we all don't have like the same like internet experience to enjoy cloud gaming the way it's intended. Now I know that's kind of the truth for everything, but still, I don't think like right now cloud gaming is at a point where it's the end all be all where it actually matters that your company's offering cloud gaming yet. I don't think we're quite there yet, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can't assume that everybody has gigabit internet, right? You can't assume that everybody's like wired up to their router with an Ethernet and they've got gigabit internet service that they're paying for. I mean, it's not an even playing field now. Maybe it will be in 10 years, but it's going to take something like 10 years to get there. Basically internet service has to become like a public utility. And service has to be standardized. You want to talk about monopolies? We can talk about internet services. The few companies out there who actually sell internet access. It's not a competitive market in any way, shape, or form, and the infrastructure isn't all the way there. Like I just got gigabit internet service here in a major college town. It just offered for the first time here last year. So we've got a ways to go. Cloud gaming will come a lot quicker. I think now that this may be upsetting, but I don't think COVID is going away. Mm-hmm. And I think our lifestyles have been changed for the foreseeable future, if not beyond.
Yep. You know what? I think it's interesting that Mark Yates Network says the new generation is all inclusive and more collaborative. You know what? That's pretty interesting. Oh no, and then he says, "Gone are the days of crushing your opponent. It's a teamwork mindset." And you know what? That is what separates the successful. How can I put it? That is what separates the elite from the not elite. The elite are still out here crushing things and crushing people. Okay, you don't get to the elite status by trying to be all inclusive and collaborative and things like that. Yeah, you have to have some of that, but the elite want to separate themselves from the normal so they can be seen as elite. Yeah. So there is still an element to offering things that other people can't offer to elevate yourself to be elite. That is why people like get degrees or whatever to get whatever job they want. That's why people build up a certain skill set to get to where they want to be so they can differentiate themselves from the competition. So this whole collaborative teamwork thing is cute and cuddly, but I don't know if that's going to get you where you want to be if you want to be on a higher level than the rest of the population.
I guess it depends too. Like, you know, if the economic situation remains dire and people's, I mean, there could be a lot more, like, in order to do anything, you have to be more collaborative. I mean, it's not just like video games or something like that, but, you know, a year ago, if I told you that the United States Senate was talking about potential for a basic universal income, if you told me that, I would have said you were crazy, right? But here we are in a new situation where universal basic income is something that they're talking about. You know, the government sent out checks earlier this year because people were in trouble. So things can change and the paradigm can shift. But you're right. I mean, there will always be people and companies that strive for that elite status. I mean, nobody's going to sit here and tell me that. I'll just use Nike as an example again. But nobody's going to tell me that Nike is the same thing as, you know, I don't know, whatever brand they sell at Walmart, right? So those two business models work entirely differently. Yep. So Nike is all about premium. Apple is all about premium. You know, Samsung is about premium, and there will always be those companies that do that. But it's going to be interesting to see how it changes, because I think it is going to change. I think it already has changed. It's a very weird time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but we're coming up on 2 hours. I haven't eaten.
Good conversation makes time fly, man.
I know. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, though. So I'm getting a little. I finished my coffee too, so I'm getting a little loopy.
Getting a little loopy, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But anything else we wanted to talk about?
Yeah. Let me check and make sure nothing else major going on. I don't think so, but kind of hard to check. Okay. Yeah, apparently Epic Games had this whole campaign ready to go. I guess they were expecting to get kicked out of the App Store, and then they released that whole 1984 parody video they did against Apple. Right. Like, are you kidding me? And then the funny thing is Google kicked them out of the Play Store, and then so that was interesting too. So it's crazy stuff going on with all that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Epic Games is huge. They've become huge over the past several years, and that's great. But I see this as like a power play more than anything else.
Yeah,
like them trying to throw their weight around as like, I mean, Fortnite. Does anybody care about Fortnite anymore?
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
I mean, I don't, but I never did.
Okay, one more thing before we go. What do you think about this potential Apple One bundle stuff they're talking about? Where Apple going to package or bundle some of their services like TV and news and things like that?
I mean, so Apple News, Apple TV Plus, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, they're going to bundle they're going to offer bundle packages for their services, right?
I don't care. I mean, I'm not paying for. I get frustrated looking at Apple News because it's like, here, this is the way they're setting it up. They'll show you the news stories that sort of like give you the basic information, the stuff that's out there for anybody to get from any place. They'll feed you those things.
Mhm.
And then like the more in-depth, more detailed stories about something, about the thing that you're reading about from the Atlantic or whatever, they'll put that down like right below it. And then you click through and you're like, I don't want to pay for this. I can go to the Atlantic's website. I don't want to have to pay. So I guess if it's bundled as a whole package, it would be more palatable to me than paying for Apple News and Apple TV and what else do they have? Apple Music.
Apple Music, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would pay if I could get all of those Apple things together, I would pay like $25 a month, right? But I have a feeling it'll probably be more expensive than that.
Or the bundle won't be everything that you want. It'd be cool if they could like do it a la carte and just put whatever you want in a bundle and then pay it that way. But I don't think they're going to do it like that.
No, I mean, well, part of the reason they're probably thinking about it is they went a la carte with all the different services, right? They gave people Apple TV Plus for free, right? But with news and all that stuff, I'm not sure how many people are paying for those services right now, like the Apple News and that kind of thing. Because it's stuff that you can get elsewhere. So why pay for it? The Apple News is going to have to be like a value added thing. Apple has tried to do this with magazines and newspapers and everything else. They've tried to make people pay for them so they can get them all in one place for years, and it's never worked. We lost Viper again. We lost him again. But I just don't see Apple really. I just don't see Apple. If they make it worth your while in terms of you're actually getting a deal, then okay. But looks like Viper's gonna be done. Which I'm gonna be done too. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, people, and I'm starting to like my brain is starting to get fuzzy. So Friday morning coffee. Thank you so much for being here, folks. I'm going to go get some breakfast and get started with the rest of my day. There will be a new video on the channel either today or tomorrow. And then coming into next week, we'll have a bunch of stuff, obviously, about, I guess the Pixel 4a comes out on Monday or Tuesday, whenever. So, and then we'll have the Galaxy Note 20 stuff later on in the week. So that'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun week next week. But anyway, thank you so much, folks, for being here. I mean, I'm very hangry right now. Wait a minute. Yates, are you quoting 38 Special on my live stream? That's cool. Oh yes, but I am hangry and need to go eat something. So when will I review Mulan? Here's the thing. If my daughter wants to watch it, we'll probably pay for it. And that's what Disney's counting on. So anyway, I'll see you guys later on. Thanks for being here. Once again, Jason, Painfully Honest Tech so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.